darlings, welcome, welcome, come in. Let's see. I'm going to edit this real quick. There we go. Hello, darlings. How are we? Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, how's the day been so far? Hello, darlings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. It is the Flower+full+Moon. But I mean, it's still daytime and whatnot, so. Been all the way over there. Hello, darlings. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Haha. Tiny little fruit flies. Absolute pain in the ass. Hello, darlings. Welcome in, welcome in. How are we doing today? Hello, Playful. How are you, my darling? So it is a Flower+full+Moon. If we get to 10K within roughly the first 15 minutes, I do that lovely card pull for the community. How is everyone? Come on in. If you're ginger, let me know. I'm sorry, this is a fun new trend I've been seeing. Yeah. Happy full moon to you as well, my dear. Swear words. You have a... It's X. Darling, you have a blank profile, and I'm drawing a blank, especially on that particular name. I think it's happy faces and like little what do you call it, like glow sticks. I'm back on the FYP. Yay. I'm trying, man. I'm trying so hard right now. Got several things actually squared away. So we've got some stuff about how to build altars, a little stuff on, the moon and the things that I've been doing and whatnot. I think that they're the little fan sticks and whatnot. But yeah, I could see exactly why you would have thought that, because I have to, like, I actually did have to look at that. I'm going, is that a super flow? Like, maybe they're doing a promotion I didn't know about. Oh my god. I was laughing far too hard. It's just like, okay. Hello, darling. Thank you. I figured the Flower+full+Moon do something a little bit different, so I went with a light color palette, sparkles, a little bit of zhuzh and whatnot. You're not wrong. Oh, we're already to 1K. Y'all are doing absolutely fantastic. So if you're using the gamer fingers and we get to 10K in about the next 10 minutes, I will do a free community pull. Not a problem there. If you'd like yourself a free pull of your own, if you can light up one of the gifts, one of the little support gifts in that gallery, you'll get yourself a free pull as well. And if you light up the whale, then you will get a 5-card pull. What's up with the blush? I like it everywhere. That, and I'm a vampire, so a little bit of a blushy, much more of a trying out something a little bit new and different. So far, I'm actually kind of liking it. It's sometimes hard to show up against my skin when it comes to makeup. I've got this lovely soft tone that tends to just swallow anything that is pastel palette. So yes, I have to go a little bit harder, sometimes a little bit more. Honestly, I'm not minding the boldness of it. And again, trying things that are new. Hello, darlings. Welcome, welcome. Right. Well, and because I have such a round cheek, if I put it here, it just it looks odd. Odd is not the word I'm looking. It just it stands out in a way that is it doesn't quite bring attention to where it should be. It just makes my cheek look really, really. And then people are going, and the eyes are, oh, just about that, but fuck is going on with the cheek? So, yeah, I'm trying to center again around the eyes and around the mouth. Well, and I always leave a little bit of blush across the nose because I like that anime look, but I've learned to go a little bit lighter on the across the nose because when I was doing across the nose, it came out looking more like I had an odd sunburn. I was like, okay, that doesn't look quite the way I meant it to. No, I actually like the two blending together. Ooh, if I could only find contour. I don't tend to wear a lot of face makeup because for the longest time I had really bad reactions to the cream foundations. But hey, if you would like to support directly, by all means. There, I believe, is the throne room. I'm still, it's taking forever to figure out how I want to edit that so it's a little bit more streamlined. But yes. Hello, darling. How are you, Tina? Welcome in, welcome in. How's everyone doing? We are aiming for 10K with the gamer fingers are going. And if we can get to that 10K within about the next 7 minutes or so, there will be a lovely community card pull. If not, you have to wait until 15. I know, the house mistress that I am. So far, so good. Oh, where did I put... It's like, yes, that's right. There was something supposed to already be lit and going. Dun, dun, dun. So there we are. Our flower moon candle is a-going. I didn't know that gingers respected black people as much as they do. It's been quite nice to have that plastered all over my FYP. I didn't ask for it, but it's popping up a lot, and I'm quite happy about it. Gingers are just so lovely, absolutely gorgeous. They really are. But then also, I didn't realize that they shared a lot of. I mean, I knew about some of the Irish history and whatnot, but I didn't realize that even into this modern day, that a lot of people who are red-headed, especially naturally red-headed, were suffering so many of the exact same things in many ways, just in a more, I guess, a slightly more quiet fashion. Hello, Abigail. How are you? Yes, no, I absolutely do. Here's the things. I went to school with a boy who had shockingly red hair. We are talking. It was the color of the nasturtiums that I grow. Absolute. Pardon me, as the flax wants to get in on this. Absolutely, bright red. Absolutely gorgeous in my eyes. And apparently, so many people made fun of him, viciously so. And it really took a toll on his confidence. And I was like, I didn't understand it because I'm like, you have like literally the coolest. You have hair the color of an anime lead character, and I thought he was so just peaches and cream cuteness. But no, I didn't realize it was still going on. It's one of the most inane things that I've ever been witness to. It's like it's red hair, like my. Wow. Oh, thank you, darling, and thank you. Hello, my dears. How do we do? Right? I absolutely adore this dress. Super comfortable. And yes, that periwinkle does look ever so nice on me. Why, thank you, darling. I was going something light and bright for our flower full moon that is going on tonight. So I figured it was my last night here with nobody else around. So, might as well. Yes, maybe we can all manifest a little extra on this particular moon. It would be quite nice. We're almost there. We've got about 5 minutes left. And if we can get to 10K in the next 5 minutes, don't worry, I have every faith because there's so many of you now. If you use the Game of Fingers to do this, I will do a free community card pull. Not a problem there. Hello, hello, my darlings. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. If you say hello, I'll definitely try and say hello back. How are we this evening? Full flower moon going into effect. Going to have a lovely time of it. I'm doing quite well. How are you, Cemetery Nymph? Hey, Meg's Life. How are you, my dear? My goodness, we're almost there. So we're 4K, quickly picking up speed. These little tappy things are absolutely wild. I'm see now that somebody has said that. Oh my! Now that somebody has said that it looks like I can't unsee those. Been dealing with health, but better today. Oh, well, come in, decompress. Hopefully, we can give you a couple of guffaws and work on getting your immune system up. Hello, Moose. How are you doing today, my dear? So, a couple of these dropped. I'm claiming these. Mine. Oh, we're at 5K. Ooh, moving ever faster, ever faster. Trust me, you want these cards too. You definitely want these cards. I'm pretty sure it is a Monday, so yes, it's definitely feeling. I'm pretty sure it is a Monday, so yes, it's definitely feeling exactly like that. Good cards. One major arcana, one minor arcana. And of course, lovely, especially in their pairings. I am manifesting a 6-figure person who also likes to name themselves after a cloven-hoofed animal that does not eat ruminant. Hello, darling white. Thank you. I'm like, you can see all the curves, all the swerves, all the everything. It's soft, it's lovely, it's plush. What can I say? Hello, darlings. Oh, only 3K to go. In fact, under 3K to go. You can do it, my darlings. You can do it. Should I coach you through it? Come on, darling. Use those gorgeous Game of Fingers of yours. Let's just fiddle away until we get to 10K. You're almost there. In fact, you're ever so close. You're keeping such a good pace. I absolutely adore how much effort you're putting in. Definitely making me very proud and very happy. Oh, thank you, darlings. I know, I'm a terrible person. What's your point? I forgot how very sensitive this thing is. Thank you so much. Now, I guess I must have bumped it in, and there's a feature where if it bumps, it mutes the mic. I'm like, no, I was just saying that. What was I saying? Oh, yes, this. Wearing it for the flower moon because the flower moon is tonight. It's a full moon, and we are doing some lovely spell work and whatnot. So we'll stay out in the kind of lighted area as long as possible. Hello, Ivana, darling. How are you? I'm ever so happy. You missed the cutoff. Now we're going to have to wait until we get to 15K. That's right. I'm cold, cruel, evil. Thank you, darling. It's a bit of blush eyeshadow combo. Honestly, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I'm not mad at it at all. Thank you. It's so I rent a room. I'm allowed to use the kitchen. That's perfectly fine and wonderful. But everybody's gone, at least for the next day or so. So I've been taking absolute advantage of it. Right. So tonight we manifest. Hopefully I'll just manifest, couple of, well, honestly, I have like a herd worth of pigs right about now. Be absolutely fantastic, truthfully. And we know we're not talking farm animals. Just saying. Oh, thank you, darling. What can I say? I wouldn't normally do pastels, and I have spilled something on myself. Wouldn't normally do pastels, but this periwinkle is absolutely lovely. Yes. Okay. So people are asking about is that, what is this ginger is black thing? It's confusing to some. I will absolutely explain it to you. So, 27 gifters. Okay, 27 gifters, unique individual. Sending a finger heart each in the next 15 minutes is the flash goal that TikTok wants me to try and fulfill. So, as I talk, feel free to go at. Thank you so much. Fair enough. I mean, summer is coming up, so I will be changing out my wardrobe, as it were, just a bit. So, gingers are black. I'm sure most people have been getting this coming across their For You page as of late and going, what is for? Okay, so A, black Americans, we tend to do a lot of jokey jokes. And it's not a mocking joke, it's more of a, you should be in on this joke. It's a jokey joke. We are not saying that gingers are specifically African American. We're saying, wow, we just kind of figured out that you go through a lot of the same social and hierarchical problems that we do. You get mocked for something that you cannot control. You get harassed and fetishized for a thing that you cannot control. And you have been placed at the bottom of this arbitrary hierarchy, much like we have. So it's much more, we are seeing a commonality that we did not see before. And therefore we are kind of extending the, you've gone through a lot of the same things. We are extending this hand, this wreath, this laurel of camaraderie, of almost like we're adopting them. They're never going to be black, but they can very much be friendship, kinship, family, because they understand what it's like to be commodified, looked at in a very particular way for having a very particular features, freckles, red hair, busty, curvy, everything oomph, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's much more of a, we're taking you into the community because we understand and you understand how this kind of works. Many of them seem to have quite the propensity for using spices, so we're here for it. There aren't many other groups that have been treated as similarly as, say, redheads and Black Americans have. That's where the kinship tie is coming in. And it's the, we're joking, but also not joking. We kind of want to adopt you. You actually kind of get it. And most of them have actually expressed an understanding of it. And most of them have also expressed the, we know it is not exactly the same, but thank you for empathizing with us. So they understand we're not going, oh yeah, you have it just as bad. We're going, oh damn, we see the similarities. Okay, yeah, no, we understand. We've gone through similar social life experiences, as it were. But yes, it is a full moon tonight. That's why I've actually trimmed some flowers. I got little bits and pieces in, and I've already lit my little bits and pieces in, and I've already lit my candle. I'm using jasmine, rose, and lavender. I am manifesting, to say the least. But yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, no, it's the social hierarchical kind of thing. That and like if Hispanic people had gotten just as bad treatment and they did not try to so viciously integrate themselves and ingratiate themselves into white culture, we might have that moment with them. But there's a lot of nuance to that, and many of them have summarily rejected any sort of kinship. They've all, not all, but a lot of them have very much made very loud forays as to how they are white. And that, well, yes, they're proud Hispanic. Hispanic means Hispanic is white. You want to know why? Because Spaniards are from Spain. Spain is in Europe. Europe is pretty much where it started. So it's not quite the same as, say, how ginger Irish, Scottish people got treated here. And while some of them may have tried to integrate in, that bright, shockingly red hair is not something that was so easily covered or done away with. I know, controversial for me to say Hispanic. And I'm specifically speaking of the white, but I check off white Hispanic on forms and whatnot. Again, it all goes back to the hierarchical ranking system that is, at least in some part, delineated by nationality and ethnicity from Europe. Oh, we were talking about gingers being black and how would black Americans have that same coming to kinship moment with others, and it's unlikely because others have covered over or more ingratiated themselves into the overall hierarchical structure of palm-colored people. Well, thank you, darling. Apparently, this is my color today. I appreciate it, my dears. I truly, truly do. So I had 2 cards already jump out. I'm going to read those as soon as we get to 15K. So Game of Fingers are much appreciated. Thank you much. And then if you need an actual personalized read, feel free to have it. The blinks are in Lio. Thank you, my darling Riley. How are you, my dear? Hopefully doing well. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. Thank you ever so much. It is the full flower moon, so I have dressed accordingly. So, any other questions, feel free to bring them in. Always fun to have a little discussion and whatnot. Also, I kind of noted, I think Sinners is what actually kind of helped to kick this situation off, because Sinners actually gave better representation for the Irish plight in the Americas, which I think opened the door for conversation. So, hello, Joanne. Hello, Paula. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, how are we? How are we? Come in, come in. Hello, Jada and Liz. So this is just the kitchen. I decided, because nobody's been here for the last couple of days, that I was going to take up more sunlight, as it were. So I came in and I have set up here and done quite a bit more than I expected to. Oh, you're sad. Come in, decompress. I made actual rose water syrup, stuffed a metric ton of rose petals into a jar with some sugar, basically kept shaking it as much as humanly possible over about 4-5 hour period-ish, and ended up with a decent amount of syrup, and then actually put all the excess petals and whatnot into a bag and let it fully drip the entire contents out. So you'd be amazed at how much syrup petals will retain when not pressed or squeezed. I kind of wish we had more roses, because the white roses were kind of light in in color and scent, but the red roses, those had some punch to them. I wish we'd had maybe some double delights as well. Oh, that would have been the most wonderfully fragrant syrup. Oh, you can put the syrup over anything and everything. As a simple syrup, you can put it into refreshers. Hello, darling. How are you doing? You can put them into like spritzes. Honestly, they mix quite well with either tonic water or seltzer water, Sprite, anything that's nice, clear, and bubbly. And then also you can put it over things like cakes. You can use it as a drizzle, or I put a little bit of it into my coffee, and it gives it just a gentle rosy note. So it's not overly powerful because I didn't have very strongly scented roses. I had mostly more the more delicate tea roses, the big hearty. Find them in your florist. Roses tend to pack quite a bit more smell, quite a bit more scent. And if you are doing rose colored or rose flavored items, thank you, darling. My goodness. Hello, darlings. Hello, hello, hello. Come in, come in, come in. So if you're doing anything with roses, it's the petals that actually have the flavor and the scent in them. That piece in the middle, not nearly as much. Not nearly as much. In fact, it is almost devoid of scent. So yes, if you're going to do things like rose water, you're soaking the petals. Oh, I thank you, my darling. Thank you. I do appreciate that. But I figured with Flower+Moon, I might as well break out some flower colored. So you can get them actually from anywhere, just literally any rose bush. You definitely want to let the flower sit out for about 5-10 minutes or so that the bugs and whatnot can go their separate way. And you pluck them off and submerge them in water and give them a good rinse or two to again get more of it out. And then if you want to, you can always put like a sieve, one with decently sized holes, but that your petals can then sit in for a bit. But yeah, no, they're absolutely anywhere and everywhere. Tea roses have much less of a scent, but the kind of roses that you would see for like a florist, those tend to be everywhere. Tea roses have much less of a scent, but the kind of roses that you would see for like a florist, those tend to be much more scent heavy. Just always make sure that you're washing anything, especially if you got it from a garden, not your own, because you never know when people, spray lightly to get rid of aphids or bag cutter worms or anything else like that. You don't want to ingest most of that. Sonny, how are you doing, my dear? It's been ages. I hope you're doing good. Oh, why, thank you so much, Emmy Love. Emmy Love. Hello, hello. Really? Ah, they usually keep it in like the Middle Eastern section. It's quite lovely, but it can be very powerful, so be careful, use small doses. Well, hopefully, I am going to be working on manifesting more financial income of a very particular variety. I would love to manifest an entire herd of pigs, if you know what I mean. I would absolutely adore that, honestly. That, and I've been putting in so much work. It would be nice to see steps made forward because I really, 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 really enjoy that in a variety of ways, and I want to get more experience in, because the more experience I get in doing that kind of work, the more I can refine it, the more I can make it fit my persona, but also the more I can refine it so that it is more professional. And I like being professional. Hello, darlings. How are we doing? We are on our way to 15K for that community card pull. The cards have actually already pulled themselves, so as soon as we hit 15K, that's exactly what we'll be doing. Hello, my dears. Come in, come in. So yes, I've already lit the candle. Ooh, I should also show you some of the other stuff that I've been doing. So, ended up making rose petal tea. And so this is red, yellow, and white. Gently, gently simmered for about, I want to say 20 minutes or so. Makes a lovely tea that doesn't have all the massive amounts of caffeine to it. I made rose water syrup. That is just sugar, a little bit of water, and petals. And basically let that sit for, oh God, I want to say 4 to 6-ish hours, not too overly long. I also was able to make a nice little dye bath from yellow onion skin. Yes, I know I've been very busy crafting. So far, I've been having quite the lovely day. And I've got a teacup filled with gentle storm water, roses, jasmine, and lavender. Anointed the candle with all the different oils and whatnot. Yes, I will be offering up my services in a couple of different ways when it comes to magical services and whatnot. Oh, thank you, darling. Let's see. Oh, yes. And then I cut a bunch of flowers. So we have jasmine, nasturtium, tea roses, a bit of chocolate peppermint, and then this lovely big thing that I can't wait to dry out is flax after it has shed its flowers. So I'm waiting for the pods to dry out, and then I can crack those open and get the flax seed out of them. And that is, let's see, nasturtium is self-love, roses are protection, attraction, jasmine is attraction, seduction, mint, again, more protection and calming, and flax to bring in wealth and abundance. So, yes. That's going to be rose. That's going to be rose. Hello, darlings. How are we doing today? Are we having fun? Are we having fun? 15K. There we are. Why does my finger feel like that? So this was what jumped out. It's the star and the 6 of Wands. Hello, Fabiano. How are you doing, darling? The star is like rising star. The up and coming, taking your place where it belongs. I'm doing quite well. How are you doing? Yes, flaxseed for money and abundance. Flax is what you weave or what you spin linen from. So yes, it has a lot of long history around money, wealth, and the like. So the star, major arcana, taking your place where you belong, a singularity of path, up and coming, rising, very much in and of yourself, and you don't take up so much room that it knocks others from the heavens. It is much more a lovely shared space in which all shine together much brighter. And then, of course, we have the 6 of Wands. You're welcome, my dear. 6 of Wands, fire suit, but also a suit of stability. And the 6 of Wands is getting your flowers, getting your accolades, getting what is deserved to you, ever so lovingly at that. So the two paired together is seeing what you're doing actually come to fruition and getting karmically what you deserve in the ways of recognition and accolades, your flowers, as it were. So I love this. Hello, darlings. How are we? Welcome. Come on in. My goodness, everything's going on. There we go. Sorry. Hello, darlings. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. So let's see, another 15K. So 30K will be the next community pool. My goodness. Had I known. Apparently, this is a very good color for me. Well, that, and it's also a very good full moon today, so I'm not mad at that at all. Hello, hello. Welcome on in, my darlings. Doing a little candle magic, little... No. No. Jump ship my ass. Yeah, jump ship my ass. Really? You got jokes today, don't you? Oh, it's going to be so lovely. It was gorgeous. What was it? Very late night last night, early this morning. I happened to look out just the right window, and the moon looked so gorgeous. So tonight, at its fullest, I think it's going to be just absolutely delightful. Come in, come in. Hello, my darlings. Any six-figure gingers? Seven-figure gingers? That's so wrong of me. It's a jokey joke. It's a jokey joke. How is everyone? Come in, come in, come in. How do we do? Are we enjoying this full moon? I swear it feels like a Friday. I am so feral right now. I shouldn't be. I should not be nearly this feral, but I am. Hello, my darlings. So, what shall we speak of? What questions do you all have? I'm sure you have plenty of them. When you get to 30K, we will have another free community pull. If you wish to fill up one of the gifts that is in the, what do we call it? The gallery. Those will also trigger that. And if you do the whale diving, it will be a free 5-card pull. So yes, by all means, feel free to show support. Hello, hello. How are you doing, my dear? Ooh, these cards are so ramped up and wanton tonight. Hello, darlings. Come in, decompress. I know. I'm in a bear 3. Hello, how do you do? Vampire persona of sanguine threads. We're having a good night tonight. Having some fun, a little jokey joke, of course, and, well, you know, doing a bit of spell casting. Being mildly unhinged, maybe. And having fun, mostly. Hello, welcome, welcome. I really want to find more people to battle with. That Friday night battle was nice, but I want to do it again. Oh, tomorrow night is the munch. So I'm not usually on Friday on Friday nights, really. On Tuesday nights, because I like to go out to events, and a lot of the events that I like to go out seem to be taking place on Tuesdays for whatever reason. Oh, good. I'm glad you talked to them. I do. I'm so glad that you actually talked to them. So honestly, no reconciliation can happen unless you do talk, which you did. So I'm glad that you did. Reconciliation can be a beautiful thing. Hello, hello. Really, really, really. We're going to fight me. Hello, darlings. Welcome. Come on in. Oh, goodness gracious. Coffee is nice, but it's a little much. Oh, I'll have so much to do tonight. Let's did realize I probably want to put rice. There we go. Oh, good. Oh, I love that. Hello, Sunny. How are you doing, my dear? EST and the moon looks fantastic. I can't wait till it gets over to the West Coast. It was looking fantastic last night. Right now, I'm just so feral. I want company. That's always a devil's gambit right there. Let's see. I need a measure for this of some variety. Oh, there we go. Cups worth. Hello, hello. Not at the moment, only because I don't have my pendulum on me. Getting a few things squared away and just babysitting this flame for a little bit we've had some stiff winds, and at one point it decided it was going to wobble, so I don't trust it to be necessarily alone. So just letting it do its thing for a bit while it's being babysat. Perfect. Okay. Now we wash the rice. Hello, 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 darling. Don't mind me just washing up the rice real quick. What is everyone up to? Hopefully something fun. Something decent, something halfway good. Hello, my dears. Hello, hello. So, the flower moon. Why do we call it that? Mostly because April showers bring May flowers. And no, we're not just talking about the boat. There we go. So yes, because we've gone through April, which tends to have quite a bit of the shower, the spring effect, as it were, all that lovely, what do we call it? All that lovely rain, all that green, all that growth is now starting to come to fruition. So we're actually seeing the blooms, the flowers, and the fruit start really poking through and picking up speed, as it were. Thank you. As far as I know, I mean, this entire house is rather vintage. So yes, as far as I know, this is pretty much the original kitchen, I believe, for this house since about the 70s, 80s ish. The house apparently has been standing for quite some while, and you can see so in the architecture. Oh no, I vehemently dislike Harry Potter. Yes, I've seen the movies way back in the day. How Gryffindor was allowed to exist is beyond me. How Slytherin was allowed to be the way they were. Ravenclaw, we didn't even get to get real mention of what they did, or get really stuck into any of their characters. It all seemed to be the a-holes versus the jockish a-holes. That and the author is overall the writing wasn't good, and people will go, well, forget the author, what about the story? I'm like, the author wrote that story and left a very big impression on it. Oh, hello, Paige. How are you doing? Thank you so much. And while her writing may have been good enough for young adults, if you're an older adult, you start looking at things like the tropes that they wrote in to their plot. The only black character of note, for the most part, was Kingsley Shacklebolt. The Asian character was Cho Chang. Like, there, Remus. No, I'm sorry, not Remus. Sirius Black, and the werewolves being a very ham-handed allegory for the AIDS HIV epidemic, and that so many of them seem to apparently be attracted towards younger people, including Nymphia. Who could make herself look younger. Yeah, no, no. I mean, Lord of the Rings, again, good for back in its day, but it didn't ever really quite catch my fancy, as it were. Yeah, that part. Well, that and Mudblood, Muggle. The way there was so much of a very particular hierarchy. It very much reeked of fashy leanings. And Dolores Umbridge. Too easy. Too easy. Is your teeth real? Lol. I'm just going to sit here and look at it. Is that how we act as an adult? I'm going to say that somebody needs to learn some basic manners 101, some common courtesy and the like. Because that is that's a very teenager thing to come in and say. So if any of my mods are on, can we make sure that we don't have maybe minors wandering about unattended? Hello, hello. How do you do? Welcome, come on in. I mean, you say genuinely curious, but it was the way you came in and stated it is what I'm pointing out as a very odd way to go about something with genuine curiosity. They are dentures. I wear dentures. Yeah, that part, that part. So yes, I wear dentures. I have worn dentures now for a little over a year, and the fangs are actually something that I create using friendly plastic, aka thermoplastic, and I actually enunciate much better with the fangs in. They make me very aware of where my mouth placement is and how much I need to enunciate to get around them. So yes. Meg, mind manners, please. Flip us down. Again, it's a full moon, but it's also a Monday, so we're mildly federal all the way around. No, because she could have said fangs. It was very specifically teeth, and most people who notice my teeth are very much talking about my teeth and not just the fangs. Yeah. So far, so well. I've gotten quite a few things done. I am currently casting. We're having a bit of fun. And then also, I just washed out some rice. I'm just waiting for it to dry out just a touch. Yes, no, we're West Coast. We're West Coast. Sun is just starting to go down, and oh, actually, it looks like we've got gray clouds rolling in. So maybe a little rain overnight. Oh, that'd be quite nice. Yes, I still do have the ability to make corsets. I now have a functional grommeting machine. And I do have at least one commission that is open over on the Mayhem Marketplace. So you can get yourself a 3-layer. I need to list a few other things, especially service-wise, especially custom service-wise. So I will be opening up custom orders for artwork, custom orders for clothing, especially corsetry and whatnot. And then I will also be opening up custom orders for certain witchcraft services. So candle blessings or material gathering. I'll be doing some things here and there. There's a lot going on, and I'm a little overwhelmed at points, but I am doing my best. Already available is cards. So if you need a private read, by all means, slip on over. They are there. And I'm actually rather enjoying the Mayhem Marketplace. I'm just trying to figure out how best to situate everything so that it can be easily found over there. I will be off tomorrow, more than likely. I've got a munch tomorrow night that I'd like to go to. And I'll be back on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I am figuring out a schedule for where I'm going to be when it's the verified places, but yes. People are coming in with some interesting jokes today. Is the face makeup for more views? Come on, people, try harder. Get Shakespearean with these little barbs. You're going to bait. Aim to be a master, not a minnow. Hey, Bee, how are you doing, my dear? Hopefully you're doing well. I know it's been a rough couple of days, but how have you been? Did we go and groom puppas or have at least some sort of fun today, I'm hoping? Pay pigs, darling. I want pay pigs, not pigs. It's not even hate. It's just lazy at this point. Like, if you're gonna jab. Don't. It doesn't bide well. Hello, Angela. Oh, thank you so much for joining the team. How are you doing, my dear? Oh, good. We love a good nightly walk. Well, for me it's a nightly wander, but hello, my dears. Hello, my darlings. If we get it to 30K, that is our new goal. If we get it to 30K, free card pull for the community. If you would like a personalized read, links are in bio, and you can get between 1 and 10 cards. I'm just saying. I'm just like, I wanted a certain kind of thing. Maybe I was not. Thank you so much for the heartbeat. It's like, I wanted a certain kind of thing. Maybe it heard me wrong. Maybe it didn't hear my full sentence. Maybe I just needed to be a little bit more. This is what I need. Hello, darling Mia. How are you, my dear? Welcome in. Yes, I'd much prefer a two-footed boar that brings me truffle instead of just swine at my feet. Thank you so much, Playful. You just lit up that first gift in my gallery. Oh, good. Always nice to know people are doing well. What did I get up to today? Well, I did a lot of casting. I did a lot of content creation, so yay. This is... Oh, rose petal tea. My brain went absolutely blank. Thank you so much, my darlings. And then I also made an onion skin dye and a lovely rose water simple syrup, which I cannot wait to use. Actually, I should put that in the tea if I was smart. Hey, How you doing, darling? I hope I can make it better. My goodness, though, that's a lot to put on me. Hello, darling. Welcome. Come on in. How are we doing? Hello, my dears. How are we? I mean, hey, some days that's all you want. Manifesting a cleansed Coke Zero. Hello, my darlings. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Ooh, we're doing good. We're at 24.4. I am going to bit of water, bit of ice. So do I on some of my bowl, but the old kitchen also had black mold. So 61.5 dozen to another. And honestly, I just want to get my own place where I can dictate things a bit more. Oh, that smells so good. Lovely heavy hit of rose. Ooh, nice. Pokemon Go players. I actually understand what they're saying. Behave. Now, why would we do that? Oh, that is delightful. Soft, sweet, definitely floral. Hello. How are you doing, Hugh? I'm sorry, Hood's hottest. I swear to God I can read, I promise. Hello, 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 darlings. How are we doing? Hopefully ever so well. I got so much content filmed today in a variety of different ways too. So it's lovely, it's wonderful, it's so much fun. And it's going to be educational. Oh, thank you so much for doing the heart me. I do appreciate that. I'm trying to figure out where they put everything. So hand hearts, I think I only need 3 of those. There we go. Hello, darlings. How are we? Come through, my dears. Hello, darling. Ah, I appreciate you. How are we? Thank you, Meg's Live. So, if you have not been to this channel before, I do many things, including tarot card readings, pardon about that, pendulum. I talk, I banter, I educate on any number of subjects. I have 2 degrees. I am trying my best to find a slightly more stable financial income, but in the meantime, I'm also doing absolutely every avenue I can think of, including verified sites. It's not quite the way most people think it is, though. I am a person of power dynamics, and I adore being a person of power dynamics, as well as just having a very open mind to many different subjects. So, yes. Ah, thank you, darling. Hello, hello. Welcome to the new people, those who have been here before and those who are like, I don't know what it is, but it's a vibe. I'll stick around for a few. I appreciate you so much. You may ask a lot of questions. There are quite a few I answer. There are a few that I'll give you a bit of side eye on. For the most part, I don't judge overly much because not everybody's going to know everything. You are old and cranky. Hello, hello. Welcome, come on in. And so, yes, we banter about a little of everything, nothing. We have a lot of fun in the witchcraft department, to say the least. Yeah, for the most part, we come to congregate, to decompress, to body double, do any number of things. And this, what you see right now, is in a battery. How do you do? The vampire persona for Sanguine Threads. Occasionally, you will see like a Grimwood, which is the more almost persona-esque. Yes. I am polyamorous. I am pansexual. I am gender fluid. She, her, they, them. Those tend to be ones that fit. Never a he, him. To this day, I've never felt right with the he, him part. So, those two, I guess, if there's a sliding scale, as it were. I'm trying to think of any of the other things that truly matter that people tell. Oh, I'm ex-evangelical Christian. That's always a very important one because I have very particular bite when it comes to people proselytizing on my page, on my platform, or trying to get into it with me on those particular subject matters. I'm very well informed, and I tend to end up embarrassing them. So, I have been a practicing witch now for 25 years, reading tarot cards for about 15, and the last two I've really put in the work to be here and available for the community in that particular regard. Ah, hello, darling. You went to oh yes, right. You were talking about that. Had a very good time, I believe you said. Hung out with friends, had quite a bit of fun. Actually, did some dancing, and then went out afterwards for a bit of dinner and whatnot. I'm so glad it went well for you, my dear. I know this flame is being so interesting. So, links are in Lio. It's 5 per card. You can get between 1 and 10 cards. 10 card being a Celtic cross. It's very in depth. I have the right deck with me. It loves to read for filth, as always. Or you can also light up any of the ones in the gallery. When you do that, that will also get card pulls as well. Oh, which reminds me, for the hand hearts, my darling, would you like the read for yourself, or would you like the read for the community? And if you're the person who drops, say, the diving whale, it's a free 5 card. So there are many ways to go about this. Hello, hello. Welcome. Come on in, my darling. Oh, that's right. I need to reset these. Community? Perfect. I'm going to set a new goal. Oh, let's see. This is paired with outfits. I think it's those. Oh my god. Sun protection. These captures, I swear. Ooh, finger hearts. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we will do a community read. What's your name? Who's your daddy? Take it anytime to show you what your life can be. Tell it to me slowly. I really wanna know. Time for the season. Sorry, that is the Empress card, which goes along with what I was warbling. So, the Empress. Lovely, wonderful, can create something out of nothing, is very much a generous person, very giving of themselves, but also magical in many a regard, to say the least. The energy is noble, but very, very feminine, commanding, but in a soft style. And yeah, again, it's the, I feel like pairings, but not necessarily like lovers pairings, but like pairings of passion that is not just romantic passion, but passion for arts, passion for community, passion for, oh, what is the word I'm looking for? Basically, just the love of giving, just to see that smile on somebody else's face. So, for those who resonate with this, you either are that person, which I know a few of you very much are this Empress in this particular regard. But for others of you, I think the Empress is going to be coming towards you. If you're in an Emperor kind of mood, even better, because those two pair fantastically. You can build entire empires off of it. Yes. Interesting that she does come up right about now. And I also love the fact that she's got a basket full of butterflies and flowers and whatnot as we are coming into the flower full moon. So well played there. Well played. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. At 30K, we will do another community pull. And if anything is lit up in the gallery, that will also get a community pull. If you do the whale diving, that will get you a 5-card free pull. Hello, hello, welcome in. Ooh, that rice smells so good right now. It's only been a jasmine rice at that. Oh, really? Okay, apparently these are going to be these. I'm going to go take a very quick bio break. I'll be right back. That's why I'm leaving this here. And then hopefully by the time I get back, will it be at 30 and I will read those. I'm making fist. I love the fact that I threw you off. What can I say? Apparently we're all thinking alike. Ooh, suddenly lasagna also sounds really good. I don't know. Hello, my darlings. How do you do? Ooh, we're at 28K. Well done, my dears. trying to decide if I'm going to be in the verified places later on tonight. I don't know if I mean, might as well, since I've got such a wonderful, what do we call it, kind of federal feel going on. Ooh, make chicken soup from scratch. That sounds fantastic. You never know. You never know. I walk very quietly. There's a reason I wear slippers around the house, mostly so other people can hear me coming. If not, I apparently sneak up on people, and that startles them. Hell yeah! I'm making ramen from scratch, from a packet, in the microwave. Hey, there's no shame in that. Why, thank you, darling Skillet. Apparently, this is definitely a color for me. And I mean, who doesn't love a periwinkle? A lovely purple. And it hugs the curves in all the right ways. We enjoy a nice bodycon dress, which, by the way, a bodycon dress is not the same as a sundress. People who say sundress and mean bodycon dress drive me up a wall. Yes, putting food in your body is a requirement, my darling. One that I know not all of us adhere to, but yes, it's a requirement. Fair. Yeah, most of the time I'm in my room and I have a lot less light because I like it kind of dark and gloomy-ish. What can I say? Oh, thank you, darling. Hello, Zoe. Come on in. How do you do? Now, I will say this. If you're under the age of 18, I tend to be a person who prefers everything to be 18 and older, mostly because the young ones aren't going to get most of my jokes to begin with. But also, I don't want younger people to be in harm's way when it comes to things like troll or aggressive adults. I have an incredibly thick skin. I have an oddly thick skin. So when we get those kind, they don't do anything to me. But then they will go and target somebody who looks like a softer target, because if they can't get me, they'll get whoever happens to be nearby. And I don't like seeing minors of any variety being put in harm's way of an aggressive person. It just doesn't sit right. I may be child free, very much for a fucking reason, thank you. But it's still one of the few spots that I have in that cold, dead thing I call a heart, where I get very, very, very incessant if things like that happen. So, there's that PSA. Right, I don't tend to wear a lot of light colors. I tend to wear a lot of dark colors, bold colors, goth colors, as it were. As we're moving towards summer, occasionally I'll let something lighter colored, a little bit more summer fashionable slip in. What can I say? Hello, my darlings. How is everyone? What shall we speak on? What questions do we have? Pick a subject. Let's run with it. If you don't know, I have ADHD and 2 college degrees. I can go down a rabbit hole and practically nothing. I mixed them in. Shit. There was 2 cards I was supposed to actually be reading. When we got to 30, I accidentally mixed them back in, but I'll just draw 2. Sorry. Pardon as I make sure dogs don't. Thank you, darling. It's a squirrel. Leave it alone. Oh, wait. We can get you a treat. Oh, you heard treat, did you? You heard treat. Take it off. Sit, sit, sit. I said sit. There you go. There you go. Back off, you hounds. Right there, right, dude, right there. There you go. And none of you tasted any of that. So, 3 small puppers. There. Honestly, I wish that the psych courses had overlapped more with the sociology courses. I ended up taking a couple of sociology courses as electives to help to kind of supplement the psych degree and whatnot. That, and sometimes they only offer things like once a year, which slowed down getting the actual degree itself considerably. Overall, I didn't mind the pacing. Most of the courses were pretty well, but even at a bachelor's level, I was hoping for a little bit more specialization. It was very, very, very broad, and they kept pushing like child psych courses, and I'm like, no, give me abnormal psych, give me the psych that deals with spicy and fun adult consenting playtimes. Like, I would find that much more interesting. That's why I tended to delve into things like Kinsey, Masters, and Johnson. Like, those are the courses that I absolutely excelled at and loved and wanted to take more of. But they kept going, but no, you need child psych. And I'm like, why? Why do I, of all people, need child psychology? Well, you never know. You might become a teacher or a child counselor. If either of those things have happened, something has gone horrifically wrong, and I need out. I would need rescue, not more courses. Uh, but that's me. Hello, darlings. How are we doing today? Oh, we're almost at that 30K. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. Welcome in, bienvenue. I know that there's 2 of you here, because I will be damned if I knew I didn't just... Fucking seriously? Okay, well, those need to get wiped down if it's... I must have had rose water on my fingertips. Hello, hello. Right. I mean, like, a certain amount of child psych was great, but when they tried to make me take, like, I think I took 2 courses willingly. One, child psych was integrated with it, but one of them was just, you had to take it. And then they're like, would you like a third? No. No, gods, no. Ooh, that sounds like those would be fantastic. So, we have the Page of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Page of Cups, that person getting you through the door, getting you where you need to go in order to be present for the next opportunity, the next collaboration, which is Three of Pentacles, is the collaboration card. The teamwork, getting together and finding each other's strengths, building off of those strengths in order to complete tasks, goals, and other ideals. Yes, that is a community read. And a very nice one at that. So apparently a good amount of us are meant to walk through that new door, which on a full moon, great time to manifest, moving forward, getting things done and whatnot. And then in moving through that door, there's room for collaboration, room for growth, room for working together with other like-minded people to actually achieve quite a bit more. I like how many cards of working together I've been pulling out lately. Kind of bodes well in many regard. So make sure you know what your strengths are when you get to that table. Because yes, we love a good collab, but you got to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward, but also, recognizing what you're good at. That way, when they ask, you can tell them, "Oh, I'm good at this, that, and the third." Go from there. Yes, community pool, because I clearly saw that you were almost at 30K, which you're now well past. So, yeah. Hello, my darlings. Hello, come in, come in. How do you do? How is everyone doing? Hopefully well. Buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. I think I have a bit of cabaret suddenly stuck in my head. How is everyone? Rose water is so good. And that is well on. Tea was exceptionally good. Oh, good. The rice is ready. Now I got that squared away. I think as long as you have that naturally reddish hair, you're pretty well and good in that particular regard. And also, thank you, darling Mal. I do appreciate that. The ginger is black. It's a little bit of a joke. It's a little bit of a play on concept, as it were. It does not specifically mean you are black. It means you have shared many of the ostracizing or othering for something that is completely out of your control. So, okay, then you're fine. I was just like, let me make sure that I'm explaining things. So yeah, it's a little riff, it's a little joke, but yes, no, for the most part. As long as you had red hair and you've been through at least some of that awful bullying. Pretty much. I had a dream you made honeysuckle cheesecake. Oh, that sounds fantastic. I mean, honestly, all you have to do is get, if you can find fresh honeysuckle, get honeysuckle and then take the flowers, make sure they're decently well dried off and everything. But put them into a jar and put your sugar in there, and make sure you put more than you actually need. But put your sugar in there and let it steep overnight at the very least, and it should impart the essence of the honeysuckle into the sugar. So yes. Hello, Tatiana. How are you doing, my dear? Yeah. Yes. I'm like, let me make sure. Honestly, I was kind of musing early on with somebody else that sinners kind of opened the door for the dialogue. Ooh. See how much of that recipe you can remember and then check it against actual recipes. It'd be so funny if you were very close. I made the things. I like to make accoutrement for my dentures and whatnot, so I use friendly plastic, and they shape up quite nicely, quite well. And I finally figured out how to do a bridge style. So they're no longer caps that just pop on individually. It's actually a bridge piece that I created. And so it slips in right behind the teeth, and the glue holds fantastically well, especially there. And it acts as bracing instead of as a wiggle point. Ooh. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Yep, I made them. No, I don't sell them mostly because friendly plastic is very pliable plastic. So all one actually needs is either a cast, or if you wear dentures, um, you can just hot fit them there. Just be ever so careful when you're hot fitting friendly plastic to your actual teeth. It has a little bit of a shrink ratio to it, and that can secure it very, very tightly onto your actual teeth. And a lot of people tend to panic when that happens. So be careful, shape gently. Thank you, darling. Oh, you're not too late, darling. You know, people come, people go. It happens. So yeah. Mhm. It ended up weird. How did it end up weird, my darling? What company were you using? Because yes, we all love to trade ramen recipes around here. I have not yet seen Thunderbolts, and I'm sort of on a break from Marvel. They take a lot of money from our military, so our military is dictating how those movies go, and it's a whole lot of military industrial complex propaganda. Um, and I'm also not a fan of John Walker. I despise him. He's well written in that he very much is U.S. agent. If you know that character, you know that character. If you don't, but I can't. I can't. He annoys me. He is the very much the embodiment of palm color male entitlement, and how their acquisition of power makes them even worse. Oh, that's crazy. I have seen one or two people who do actually look like me. It was years and years ago, but we exist. Maybe it is needed. Mm. I mean, I very well could be. I very well could be. Hey, how you doing, Nancy? But yes, no. So U.S. Agent is a replacement for Captain America in Marvel Universe. Um, John Walker is supposed to be U.S. Agent, and U.S. Agent was always terrible because he was angry, embittered, extremely entitled. He was the corrupt arm of the US military, basically, in the Marvel Universe. Um, and he was despised because he did not adhere to any sort of really moral code of ethics. He was like if you took the worst parts of the Punisher and the worst parts of Captain America. I know, right? But if you took those two bad sides of and put them together, that's what US Agent was supposed to be. You weren't supposed to like him. He was supposed to be just this side of being a hero, and for the most part, you're just going, "What's your problem, dude?" while Steve Rogers took a little. Oops, sorry. Steve Rogers took a little sabbatical as Nomad while US Agent was around. That guy. I love that me and your friend would get along so famously. no. Trying to remember the remedy for fleas. Vacuum everything. Literally vacuum sheets, pillows, carpet, everything. Vacuum it all. Trust me, this will definitely help in the long run. Strong scents. I want to say cedar, clove oil, pine. Any of the strong deep wood scents also tends to shoo them away. It overwhelms their senses. Definitely a good soap and water. And for the most part, as long as you don't still have a cat or some other animal about, you should be mostly done with them within 2 weeks or so, because their life cycle is actually rather short, and they are very, very host specific. So the fleas that attack cats are cat specific. The ones that attack dogs are dog specific. Are there some that attack us? Yes, but you don't tend to get those type nearly as often, and our deep red is not nearly as nourishing to them. They have very specialized metabolisms. So, yay, but fuck. Yeah, that's annoying. I'm so sorry for you, darling. Yes, high heat. Definitely high heat. None of this low heat, none of this air fluff. High heat drying. Oh. Well, the moment you aren't, by all means, you can either find me on live, or you can also order them through uh, uh, Mayhem Marketplace. And you can get yourself a private read that way. Right. Hello, darling. How you doing, Melanin Mama? Right. Yeah, it's definitely a full moon. I'm shooting my shot at at random internet gingers. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Nice. Oh, good. That's ever so lovely. We enjoy that. Bring this back this way. So let's see. The next community card pull is at 45K. And while I will be off tomorrow because there's a black munch that I'm going to, I will be back on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I'm trying to arrange some battles because we had such a good time. Such a good time on Friday, and I really did appreciate that. I just don't want to accidentally invite random people, because that can be a little bit of a crapshoot. You need entertainment till midnight. Well, you're in the right place. I battled on Friday. I'll be getting signed up again for this Friday as well, but I'm hoping to maybe get a couple of battles in on Friday and possibly Thursday as well, because I did have a lot of fun doing that, and it seemed like many of you had fun doing that as well. So, hello, darling. How you doing, Lady J? Oh, it was quite fun. Quite fun. I did rather enjoy it. Very sociable. Oh, it was against one of the people from the agency that I happen to be with. Tanya. That's how I was like, I can remember. I'm so bad with names. It was with Tanya. They were quite lovely, delightful, but I'm definitely hoping to get even more lively back and forth. Hello, Mike. How are you doing? Yes, so I'm with a place called Talenture Agency. They help me a little bit on how to get my content where it needs to go, and also in gets better quality as it goes as well. And then they also help out when TikTok is being like truly untoward and giving me banana hammers. So I've had to ask for the help a few times, but they've been very good at backing me up. So the point of the battle is it's a bit of good fun. It raises the energy and the morale. Um, it's just it's a little bit of fun head-to-head kind of competition. Usually very lighthearted. I tend to keep a smile on my face the entire time, and I'm also pulling cards the entire time. But yeah, it's much more gentle, friendly competition rather than hardcore must compete like. And yeah, just it's entertaining, it's engaging, it gets people in there doing what they do best, and also very much it helps to support um, the content creators. It also tends to get us more towards the FYP, so new people can find us and see if we're the vibe that they like. Oh, you're welcome. So far, I'm enjoying them. They're doing a lot for me, and I'm just trying to find the right balance of everything, and also making sure that I'm getting that content made, making sure that I'm getting myself out there in front, because that means of course figuring out how to do all the things that they are asking for, and my ADHD is I gotta figure out ways to work with it. Oh yeah, I will try and let you all know when the next one comes out. Yeah, it does encourage more people into the chats, but also you get people who are actually now talking to each other as well. So you get a lot of people who are like, "Oh my god, yeah, this is so much fun," back and forth, and then they'll come in like the next day, and then they'll if I'm just leading a regular night, they also like will stick around for the banter even after the battle. No, my agency does not ask for anything, which is why I very much appreciate them. Some agencies, I guess, want to take a cut, but for them, they're like, nope, we don't need that. I'm sure that they are, working with like sponsors and other kind of stuff, but no, they don't ask anything of their content creators other than can you go live X number of hours, um, aim for these particular goals, which are usually content creation wise, or encouragement wise for certain things, participate in a few events here and there, and then yeah, other than that, it's no cost to join them, and it was you're not shelling out anything to them, which I very much appreciate. Hmm. That is definitely what I'm hoping. That is definitely what I'm hoping, because my career here with TikTok has been a very interesting one. TikTok never really lets me know where I stand, like where my niche is supposed to be. And okay, granted, I've made it a little bit difficult at times for them to understand what my niche particularly is, but you know, it would be lovely if they would actually put me in front of people who have more of a like mind. So I'm glad that they are putting me in front of more people who are black, of color, or queer. Yay! Because clearly I fit a lot of those descriptors. But also, I wish they would put me in front of people who did enjoy and appreciate a femme of my size and of my proclivities. But I'm often not allowed to participate on the same level in that particular regard as counterparts who are either lighter than myself or lighter than myself. Yes, actually, they've been very good at communicating decently fast with me. I have a manager that I can go directly to, and they tend to be very quick to get back towards me. And even if I'm working with other people within the agency, they tend to have a pretty good turnaround on reading what I need and then getting back to me about all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So how do I put that? So somebody who was already in that agency saw me, loved my lives, loved just, sitting and vibing in here, but also noticed that I was having trouble with things like banana hammers when I literally wasn't doing anything untoward. And so they said, maybe they can help. And I'm like, okay, at this point, I need all the help I can get. And yes, I went, I checked them out first. I'm always highly suspicious of everyone and everything because I'm a very cautious person. But went, checked them out, heard the sales pitch. I was given, I think, like a 30 or 60-day window. Like, if I just really didn't like it, if it was just not for me, I could detach, no harm, no foul, that kind of thing. And went in and just actually really had a good time and got a lot of support. So far, so good. The catch is mostly they want you to stream, I think, like 15 hours over like 7 days within a 30-day window. So for the most part, they just want you on 2, maybe 3 times a week, putting in about 2 hours at a shot. And for the most part, that's it. And I'm like, oh, I can do that on my head. I do that literally every week because I'm on for about 3 hours, about 4 times a week, sometimes 5 weekends, every now and again. And yeah, being able to hit those time ratios is rather easy. And of course, they ask you to keep your nose semi-clean. Like, try not to go out of your way to catch a banana. But other than that, okay. And they've been helping by giving me things like content calendars, which I'm still working on getting some of that fulfilled. Yeah, the ADHD bastard. But yeah, no, so far so good, and I've been very pleased by it all. I have not heard of that. Why does that feel like a setup to something? Thank you, my darlings. Oh, that's right. I need to take out the trash tonight. Hello, darlings. How are we? Would have accidentally drank a storm candle. I've been happy. Now, if I can just find some actual success and get the numbers, get the engagement. It to me, it's not even just about like getting people to see my content. That would be really nice if I could get a boost there. But it's much more even about the engagement of the thing. I really like engaging with people who engage with my content, and I'm having to learn not to ask close-ended questions or give just educational statements. I keep forgetting I need to like draw people in, to ask questions, to interact. Okay, I actually know who Svengali is. I would love to have a show. And honestly, I don't want a show that is by myself. I want, oh, thank you, Jackie. Hello, how do you do? Hello, Snow Cricket. I want, if I were to get a show, I would want one that has somebody who's bantering off of me, because I actually work really well in situations where there's more than one person. So I'm almost there. I can almost remember. Hi, Miss. How do you do? I have this then, but I mean, you're not wrong. In a lot of regards, you're not wrong. A little bit of mysticism, a little bit of humor. Yeah, I work best when I am in groups of people. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily cook on live. I think cooking is more of a fun behind the scenes kind of thing. But yeah, yeah, one of these times, hopefully, that it'll stick when you come in. It's also that the emblem has changed, so my brain is going, read the name first. Gotta remember the emblem is, yeah. I mean, so hard not to make a sliding down the bat pole joke right there, but just saying, just saying. Do, do, do. Hello, darlings. How are we this evening? Hmm. Okay, that was nice. That'll work just fine. I think I'll be putting that with some duck that I roasted yesterday. But you see, I'd like to do almost like a podcast. I've done podcasts before, so I like the podcast style. I just need to find a group of people who's good with like the verbal sparring of it all. Um, that's how banter goes best with me. Is I like to build off of things, have actual debates, discussions, that kind of thing. I find them ever so entertaining. Yeah, I don't know if I'd ever be the Conan O'Brien type because I don't necessarily need to make jokes per se. I just happen to make jokes. Just saying. Yes. Hello, hello. Welcome. Come on in. How's everyone doing? It'd be interesting to see what my audience would be like if they if I'm dressed like this, fine enough, I exist. But I would actually like to be on a show that allowed me to wear the corsetry and to wear a lot of the goth gear and really zhuzh it up in that particular regard. Yeah, so I rent a room here, and that room, this is the kitchen, but there's a little bit of vacation that the landlords decided to take, so I've had the house to myself, so I get to just kind of be out and hanging out and doing the thing. I mean, I don't mind the chill look. I honestly don't mind the chill look. I've been doing the chill look for a while now, but that's mostly because this clock app does not like all of this in a corset and likes to throw restrictions and hammers at me because these very naturals are quite elevated in a corset and they keep telling me that I am being far too salacious. I'm like, these are natural F's. Where would you like me to tuck this shit? It's not like I can put them into a belt line. It's not like they're going to slide under my armpits and just disappear. The ifs. They are the size of a grapefruit. And breakfast is served. What can I say? And it's funny too because what you see, the round on top that I can do the balancing on with, is literally only half. I am well tucked in and under. I am very safe and secure. Nobody's going to see anything untoward. But again, they're like, nope, you're too salacious. I'm like, you don't know what natural biggins look like, which really does kind of piss me off because when I'm doing my doom scroll, I come across very who are allowed to do that. They also are they usually a slightly slender of a figure, but like, why can't we just let people exist? Like, as long as they're not showing bits. Why are they so upset? Right? Fair enough. Exactly. I never, because I always make sure exactly where I'm going to be tucked in, and I'm always wearing a garment underneath. So even when I'm very elevated, I have garments on to make sure that I am covered and that I can't accidentally, oops, I just fell over the top. No, I'm secure in there even before I put the corset on. Honestly, though, I do want to make some new stuff. I should do that. Oh yes. You know how it goes, which is why I have been trying out a few other applications. I found that favorited was not really my. They weren't my jam. They just weren't my jam. But I'm now over on Clapper. I could definitely use a lot more of you over there. So many of them. Male heavy audience, but B, how do I put this? They are quiet. They don't quite get the art of banter for the most part. And it has been a little bit slow going to be able to reel people in and actually talk with them. It's Innabathory. Just look for Innabathory. I'm allowed to say quite a bit more over there. I'm allowed to be a little bit more saucy and whatnot. It very much is. I would definitely agree with you on that. At least it's not fan base. Who said that? Who's throwing the shade? So it's definitely got a very different flavor over there, shall we say. But I'm also able to be a little bit more over there, and they're less worried about that because it's a 17 plus. They're like, look, just don't be complete dink about it, and you should be fine. Yeah. Oh, I was on there a little bit today. So usually, if I'm going to be on, it's going to be much earlier in the day. It's usually getting this put together, and then doing things like going to my verified places for a little bit, and then the final leg of the tour, as it were, for the most part, is coming here to decompress at the end of the day. Yeah, it is quite a bit the dark side. I'm still looking around a few other places, but it's like, don't worry, I won't ever do. I exist on Twitter, and that's about it, and I don't love it. But I would never go live over there because that is just no, thank you, no. Insta, I hate going live there. It is just absolute bleh. We are not doing puppet sidekicks. Yes, I do readings. So if you go to the Blinks in Lio, cards are only 5 per, and you can get between 1 and 10 cards, and just have that. Come on back, and I will read them live for you, my dear. Yeah, both Insta and X, Twitter, don't have any way to like give direct support to your favorites for the most part, or Insta is like requiring you to pay them in order for you to even be seen by most people. So Insta can suck my left lip, as it were. Anybody in here want to do a testimony? Yeah, I hate Meta. Honestly, I should find a way to let people put up their reviews. Yes, I have several people in here that I know that I have read for. So, if anybody would like to tell our friend Kizzy about its reading skills, by all means, feel free. Have at it. are you doing, Latina? I hope you're doing well, my dear. My dear. How's Texas treating you? Yes, absolutely, my dear. Absolutely. Would you like me to pull yours for the month? Oh my! Okay, can do. That is one of my particulars, is I don't ask your name. I don't even need to know what you want me to read about. I like going in with as little information as possible. That way, whatever is coming out of my mouth is what I'm feeling, what I'm reading, what I am getting, what I am channeling, without any sort of bias put to it. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is, well, Wands is a fire suit. And while it tends to be stabilizing, the Knight of Wands tends to be a little bit more impetuous at times. Very Captain Saberho. They tend to rush forward. And at times, honestly, do need to double check their stepping before they do as such. But they want to usher you into things that are more solid, that are more home and hearth, a firm firmament, as it were. This one seems to be... He's not heading down that hill nearly as fast. He's actually kind of staying more close by. More like guarding a door rather than being the champion of the person who's supposed to be walking through it. It's not that he's nervous, he just knows that if he's going to be needed, he's going to be needed nearby quickly, and that charging headlong is not going to do any good. So I would definitely say, if there seems to be somebody a little bit more concerned about you as of late, they mean so absolutely in the best ways. They are attentive to you for a reason, and they may not even understand why they are more attentive to you, because it's not like a conscious decision. They just feel the need to actually be a little bit more protective of you, of your space, of what is allowed to come and go, and they are almost constantly guarding a door. So if it feels somebody is being a little bit more gatekeepy, it's probably that they are picking up on something that they are sensitive to, but not necessarily keenly aware of. So you'll have to tell them if they're being too much, but for the most part, they are literally keeping you from being inundated with people who do not need to be in your life, or who would just cause you a lot of frustration, shall we say. They are going to be the champion for once, not on horseback, but simply guarding a door. Oh, good. Love when you already know who they are instead of just rando showing up, you know? Nope, I always just tell them what I read. I always tell them what I see, because there is no sense in not telling somebody what I'm reading, especially if it's a a thing that is bad or has a lot of ominous portent to it, um, if I don't tell them that the bad thing is going to happen and then they get blindsided by it, that's going to be on me for not telling them that the thing was coming, that, something of greater portent was coming towards them and that they may need to be more aware for that. Like, if even if it's bad, or even if it's not fun, I still would rather read for it than not. That way they have informed uh, knowledge. Yes, you do. So if you subscribe once a month, you can ask for a card pull, and I pull a free card for you. Give you a nice little mini read. Right. So yes, we're having a full flower moon tonight. And so we've got nasturtiums, tea roses. Oh, hello, Tiny. No. Don't go there. Yes. No. Good sir. Or madam. Yes, please. There you go. Darling, break away from my finger. My goodness. Sorry. Tiny spider. So yeah. Full moon. Yeah, just a itty bitty tiny baby spider. So we've got jasmine, tea rose, nasturtium, peppermint chocolate, flax. So all of them have portents for certain things that I'm trying to manifest. Come on, flax. Mm-hmm. Thank you, B. Yes. So if you just need cards and you are not a subscriber, you can always just head directly up here. It's 5 per card, and you can request between 1 and 10 cards, depending on how much you have. And then we can go from there. A 10-card read is known as a Celtic Cross, and it is a very in-depth read. Luckily, I've got some lovely cards that will give you a very, very, very thorough reading. Scorching at times. Yes, absolutely. Make the tea. You can make tea with. Yeah, I believe actually all of these are edible. You don't want to go over the top too much with the rose or the jasmine. But for the most part, everything in there is edible, and yes, you can toast the flax. So, adding components of flavor, therefore. Absolutely. Oh, I finally figured out. So normally I say I have very deep intuition. I also apparently have clairaudience. Clairaudience being a herd representation of things going on. Hence the reason I sometimes get little songs. Hello, Amon. How you doing? Yes, that's why I sometimes have songs that go running through my head first. It's clairaudience. So the 3 of Wands. Usually I'm hearing like full songs. A lot of 80s, 90s, sometimes 70s. All kind of depends. But we have the 3 of Wands. And it is a path well divided, but a path that you are going to have to decide about which way you want to go. So you're standing, looking out over the options, over the pathways. You've already made a lot of good headway. You've actually been pretty good at planning, making sure that you have everything you need before you take your next steps. But now you're at a little bit of a crossroads. So you're thinking, a bit more on which path to take. One is going to be a little bit more rock, it's a little bit more fun. The other is a little bit more stalwart, a little bit more straightforward. But both of them are going to get you in the same approximate level of success. Different areas or different sectors of life though. So like say if you take one route, the more fun and raucous one, you're gonna end up with, like bands and at clubs and parties and whatnot. And if you take the slightly more stalwart, it's a bit more of a predictable career, but there's a lot more security to it, as it were. So yeah, you're making your decision, but remember, time is always moving. So don't stick yourself in one spot, just going, oh, I can just wait. I can just keep waiting here until I decide. Like, no, you're still standing on a thin precipice. You can't stand there forever. You got to make the decision, and you got to move forward. But you're doing so with a good knowledge of forethought. So you're not going in half cocked or um, unprepared either which way you go. You have to make that decision, and you need to actually move it forward in order for it to happen. If you stand, nothing happens, and you might crumble away some of your opportunities. But yeah, get going, get working. You've got this. Oh, I've got that one, but then I don't know if you can even see this one. You're welcome. You're very welcome, my dear. Yes, I have a little bit of ink, but oh gods, I want more. I definitely want more. I want pierce working along the clavicles. I think I want I want more work along the back, but I think I do want to bring some of the art to the forefront. It is 2 cherry blossoms, one done in regular sakura scale, and then the other one is done in a black and white grayscale. So kind of finding my other half, but also, the fleetingness of life itself. Both colorful, sometimes more black and white. But yeah, it's a multi-layered meaning, and I mean, it's a couple of cherry blossoms. But I really do want like more work done, and honestly, I might do like a cover over those, especially if I'm going to have more work done on my back. Cover over those and maybe integrate them into a different theme. Yeah, very very much kind of along the lines of yin and yang, but basically like trying to find the other match to myself, the other, not necessarily the other person, but like the thing that brings out the color in me, because I see myself as being kind of, gothy, very grayscale at times. But yeah, I mean, that is the dichotomy. Sometimes I'm very bright, colorful, extroverted. Sometimes I'm very introverted, more logical, a little bit more pulled back. So I mean, these lovely, almost inch and a half now stilettos. Absolutely adore them. Oh, actually, now that I actually have a candle here. Yeah. So anytime I have like a nice bright light behind them, and yes, I have shut off about as much light as I can, but anytime there's a bright light behind them, you can actually see through them, because I had them do it with a semi-transparent sparkle. I mean, scaroused. Right. And I love having my nails. My nails are very much a part of me. I want to keep being able to do them. I want them roughly 3 inches. I want talons, and I I really, 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 really enjoy having them on like multiple scales. Yes, it's a part of me, but also I love, what I can do ASMR wise with them. I like what I can do visually with them on a lot of different levels. Many that, yes, do ride that line between primal and prim. I can't take absolute I can't take absolute responsibility for creating that particular word. I've seen it a few times. I've used it quite a bit myself, so yeah. That's what I've slowly been doing. I've just trying to gently poke the boundary lines instead of going, you know what? Let's go. Like, we're going to gently tap boundary lines. We're not just going to go charging in. Just saying. Just saying. But yes, I'm slowly but surely, I'm kind of hoping to build a slightly more saucy following over there, seeing as I will be mostly dealing with people who are over the age of 18 very firmly. Oh, you mean Red Note? I'm having the same issue on Little Red Book or the Little Red Note as I have over here, in that I can be decently fully covered, or maybe wearing something in his hair, but the moment they see even at the top inch, and I'm like, I am looking at your website and seeing people who are very gifted but just happen to be slender, and you're letting them get away with a lot. But I'm apparently a problem. I'm like, can I not just be fat, happy, and fucking successful? Can you just leave me the fuck alone? Like, that would be wonderful. I like being saucy. Right? Right? It's like, just let me exist. Like, if nobody actually wants to see this, they're either going to scroll by or they're going to say something nasty, and I'm just going to go ahead and block them. Either which way, no harm, no foul. But the very fact that I cannot show up a little bit saucy, a little bit sexy, wearing still more clothing than so many of my thinner, paler counterparts, and yet we've all seen for the last 2 years, I have been stuck, firmly stuck at 20K. Whether that was about 19.9 or right now it's 20.1, it's like they won't let me get past that. And the only thing that they would need to do to get me past that is A, place me in front of people who want to see people like me, and B, leave me alone. That's all you gotta do. Right? 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 This is a children's app. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not a children's app. Somewhere between, I think it is 60 and 75% of the population on here is over the age of 18. So, I'm just saying. Just saying. That, and heaven forbid I mark something 18 and over, simply because I don't wish to interact with people below the age of 18. That's just my own personal preference. That gets, again, it gets deeply, banned or swept away, and again, not put in the right places. So I'm So I am penalized if I use an age filter, and I am penalized if I don't. So, right, right, and I know that I am over 40. I know exactly what my demographic is. It's 25, roughly, to about 55, roughly. I've got about 30-year span there for my audience. I'm just saying. I am just saying. But you know, right? We've got Gen X, we've got millennials, we have some of the elder Gen Z. Right? Right? I'm like, I know my audience. Most of them are just curious. A lot of them are slightly queer, if not very much so. A lot of them just want to decompress, banter, and maybe make a couple of fun jokes now and again. And for the most part, just show up and have good community. Just saying. Just saying. Yes, absolutely. Hello, youngest Dizzy. How are you doing, my darling? Ooh. This keeps coming up. Keep getting pulled from my deck. It's our lovely star card. It's the singularity of path. It's becoming your own light. Taking your place where it is deserved. Yeah, you don't need the moon to guide you. That path is too fickle. You don't need the sun. Sun tends to take over. You are your own star, your own guiding light, your own northward path. You don't have to worry about outshining other people because you're not in competition, or I should say, they're not in competition with you. You are what you are, the star. Most of the other people who are in competition with you aren't competition per se. And so you shouldn't worry about it. I mean, always worry about presenting your craft as best you can, but don't worry about what other people bring to the table. You just present yourself as clearly, cleanly, as fashionably as you can. That is honestly all that matters. All that matters. So yeah, just be bright, be shiny, be yourself, show up fashionable, but not fashionably late. Show up fashionably on time. Please show up fashionably on time. But yes, don't worry about what other people are doing. They're not the competition. Yeah, your competition is very much within yourself. And I mean that in a good way. Like, you know what your path is, you know what your direction is, and you're lighting your own path. So you are miles ahead of so many. Trust me. Hello, hello. Shine bright like a diamond. Thank you, Stevie. I appreciate that. Nice. So far, I'm doing pretty well. Trying to figure out my balance, as it were, getting things squared away, and then of course also doing a little bit of full moon magic while I've got the place to myself, as it were. So yeah. Thank you. Hello, darlings. How are we? The next goal is 45. Yes, 45K. And I'm off at 9 o'clock, so you've got a decent amount of time. If we get to 45K, I will do another community draw. Yes, it is the full moon tonight. So if you're going to do full moon magic, it is the flower moon. Good time to manifest abundance, things coming to fruition, um, and the like. Trying to remember everything. Growth, prosperity. It's also a really good time to like shed away all those things that don't serve you, all those things that are, how do I put it? Old bad habits, things that don't really serve who and what you are now. Yeah, full moons are always good for like manifesting things because this is when you tend to have the most power. New moons are great for starting new things. I mean, if you have something else lined up, sure. Make sure you actually have something lined up because right now the market is kind of fucked up in a lot of ways. Mm. Trust me, be very, very, very diversified when it comes to that. Also, learn to do content in batches. That way, you can actually allow yourself a little bit more time to decompress and do your thing. If you're having to get ready and film every single day, it does tend to slow you down and cause burnout. So, right, it is, well, I mean, between the tariffs and everything else that is going on with this particular administration, especially since they are very much speed running the entire 2025 booklet, that 900-page booklet, which is all the more reason why we absolutely need to resist and put up an epic amount at that. So, oh, oh my God, you're going back from a hysterectomy after 6 weeks. Jesus. Ugh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you on that. Like, I'm going through the process of, like redoing my resume and putting it out to new places and, like trying to kind of get it at least a part-time. And I will tell you right now, it is so daunting. And I mean, I'm so burnt out on so many different levels that I'm just like, could we just jump timelines where we had a much more progressive government that did stuff like decriminalizing, destigmatizing, decarcerating, SW, one that leaned into actually educating its people and providing healthcare and whatnot? Because apparently this 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 administration apparently just stripped out a bunch of stuff for Medicaid. It's gonna be bumpy. It's gonna be bumpy. It's gonna be bumpy. I'm trying to like hold certain amount of positivity, and this is also why I create a space where we can all decompress, because when you do nothing but stress, you overload yourself to the point where you can't actually function. So by decompressing a little bit, you can get enough breathing room that you can go, okay, here's what we can do. Yeah, no, it's never fun, and I'm tired of people going right, left. I'm like, right is so much further than you're giving them credit for. and left is center, leaning towards right. We need progressive, and we need aggressively progressive at this particular point in time if we're going to get anywhere. But yeah. Hey, Paige. It's 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 minimal in a lot of regards because a large section of the population has not been made uncomfortable enough to care. We're seeing more pushback now because they are being made uncomfortable, because they are being made to face some of the consequences that others have faced literally their entire existence several generations back. Once we get enough people who realize it's not a worker level, it's a structural issue, that's going to literally hurt everyone except for those at the very, very top of it. Yeah. Well, and I mean, and that was built into the system. That was literally built into the system, keeping certain people just comfortable enough that they will willingly turn a blind eye. It's how we went from having a very highly delineated hierarchy caste system to one that was much more broad brushstrokes, because at one point in time, Irish, Italian, Hispanic, and several other groups were not considered palm color. But as the ruling class, who was extremely by and large palm color, recognized that the lower classes were mixing more and more because they had a lot more in common. They recognized that if that mix was allowed to happen, that they would very quickly be outnumbered with people who were much more awake to the fact that they were being oppressed. So they started roping in people who could at least look a little bit more than them, and really laid into the, well, you look like us, you're one of us. They don't look like us, they are other. So, yeah. Well, because we have a society that has fostered hyper individualism versus social or community work. We used to do a lot of community work, but that hyper individualism, which is why we are where we are at currently. Just saying. I'm sorry. I know too many things about too many things. I know. But yeah, no, this is, it's one of those things that I could literally talk about pretty much all day. And that's because I have a degree of psych that leaned heavily into sociology. It's also why I despise when people go, socialism. I'm like, you don't even understand what socialism is, because our society at its base runs with a socialism structure that is deeply ingrained, but people are like, they don't understand that public roads, their maintenance, railways, telephone lines, power lines, plumbing, sewer infrastructure, all of that is a form of socialism. We all pay for it. It is all for our use. But then we have absolutely let things like UBI, universal basic income, making sure people are fed, making sure people have medicine, making sure people have housing. We've let that all fall by the wayside, much to our detriment, because any one of us, for the most part, is like a $500 emergency away from being on the street, which only actually increases the cost around that. If we had better safety nets to help people catch themselves and then get back onto the grid, back into society, society be so much better. And there are plenty of places that I can point at when they go, oh, socialism. They always like to point at things like Venezuela, Brazil, places where there was heavy interference. And while they might call themselves a socialist country, they do not demonstrate that. Um, they always seem to forget to talk about Denmark, Sweden, Greenland, Iceland, a lot of the Scandinavian countries. All of those are very, very, very heavily socialism countries that also happen to have a little component of capitalism as well, yes, but actually take care of their people to make sure that they can function. And I know everybody's going to yell at me about this one, but also if you actually get past the propo about them and study how they have such a low homelessness rate, a very low malnutrition rate, how they have a very high literacy and education rate, like yeah, they took big steps as a collective group of citizens to make sure that there were very, very, very secure safety nets. Honestly, I would love to go to either Ireland or Scotland as well. Those places, they're feisty, and I can rock with that. But also B, they do tend to take care of each other quite a bit more. I know, right? This used to be part of a 1 cup tea set. So um there was a little pot that went on top. Unfortunately, I accidentally dropped the damn thing and shattered it. So, yeah, damn it. But I love this cup like too much to get rid of. So I'm like, yeah, this is coming with. I absolutely adore this set. Oh yeah, no, it was a fantastic tea set, and I got it at like a little thrift store for like $12 or something like that. I love doing thrift storing. Love thrift storing and antique storing. I don't like paying overly much for anything, especially if you're getting it like for free or donated to you. You should not be like charging retail prices. But I absolutely do love really like going and finding fun little places and grabbing usually a cup, a mug, a little something here and there. Yeah, Goodwill. Between them and Salvation Army, both of them, my left lip. Ugh. On the other hand, like the little local places, I fucking love those. Heck yeah. There's a place in San Pedro, and I believe it's Home and Treasure. Love them. Absolutely fantastic. Really fun, kind of whimsical feel when you walk in. They've got everything from furniture to just old antique kind of good stuff. I picked up some glass bottles from them. Um, they've also got a lot of clothing. So yeah, they are absolutely worth going to. Yeah, and I think that thrift stores being expensive is a function of capitalism. Very much a function of capitalism and people forgetting what a thrift store was meant to be, and then complaining that they, you're right. What? You don't want to pay $15 for like spaghetti stain? You're so right for saying that. But yeah, it's like they have forgotten that they're getting everything just donated to them, which they use as a tax write-off, by the way. But yeah, like they're I don't love more legislation, but if anything should be legislated at least a little bit, like that would be a classic of example of, okay, you're definitely trying to game the system. You're definitely price gouging. No, no, no. Well, and the SA is a terrible organization. They make way, way too much. And what they pay their upper management is fucking criminal. They deeply underpay so much of their staff. And GW does this as well. They will hire people with disabilities. And by the way, don't okay, that's another thing that I want to rail about, but that could take me forever. They will hire people with disabilities and pay them sub minimum wage, citing the, oh, well, we're here, we're helping them, we're giving them a job. And they can only make so much during a month. You don't want it to be on our heads that we paid them too much and now they can't get their disability anymore. And it's like, you bunch of bastards. Ooh, it gets me heated. It gets me so heated. So heated. Oh, I am drinking a rose petal tea with rose water simple syrup. Roses on roses for our flower moon. I'm like, there are parts of me that wish that I didn't know the things that I do. Did that? Okay. At the same point in time, I'm glad that I know the things that I do so I can avoid as often as I can. Oh, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, Dizzy. I'm glad that I know the things that I do so I can avoid contributing much more to the problem. Of course, when you have a closed system of society where you only have so many options, sometimes you can't avoid those contributions. You can just lessen their effects as best you can. Which is why I'll hate on a company, but I don't hate on people nearly as often. Because a regular civilian only has so many choices of where they can go and what they can do. What can I say? I've learned a lot about how to make different simple syrups or different tinctures and whatnot. Just kind of from watching, the tea makers here on TikTok, or just travel shows and food networks and whatnot. I am a sponge for information, and I love putting some of it to actual practice. So yes, I used to be in Long Beach. I am now elsewhere because vermin and black mold and whatnot. And yeah. Oh no, actually, rose simple syrup is like a day process. If you want to leave it in for longer than a day, by all means, feel free to do exactly that. But yeah, basically within a day, you've got a decently strong syrup. And if you soak it for if you soak those petals for several days, then you get much more. But it also relies a little bit on what kind of roses you're using. So, like, tea roses don't have a very strong smell, but the kind of roses that you would get like at a florist, those kind of big roses, those tend to have a very strong scent, and those will work very well for rose water. Mm-hmm. And like for the rose petal tea that I made, basically simmered it for about 20 minutes, and then just took the petals out, and it's got that nice color because some of the petals were reds and pinks. I also had a little bit of yellow and white rose in there, so it worked out quite well. So yeah, the tea itself, not overly bitter, and then you add the rose water simple syrup, and that really brightens it up and takes pretty much all of the bitterness out. So thank you, darling. How's everybody doing? Are we feeling a little bit better tonight? A little bit more relaxed, a little bit more decompressed? Oh, I love roses. Roses, jasmine, gardenia, magnolia. I like very thick, cloying scents as far as flowers tend to go. I love nasturtium because I can't seem to unalive the dang thing for nothing. It just keeps coming back. I mean, I also love growing sweet potatoes because of the flowers that they give off. They are gorgeous. I like I like growing things. I like gardening in a lot of different varieties and senses. And honestly, I think I'd be quite happy to, putter and just grow things all day. Aw, thank you, darling. I appreciate you sending all those finger hearts. Thank you, Daisy. Get yourself a pothos or a snake plant. Snake tongue plant, nigh unkillable. They actually kind of like neglect on a lot of levels. Pothos, you can take a clipping, put it into water, and it will just go. That, or you put it into very well drained dirt and neglect it. Just neglect it. Again, it will grow. I think it grows either out of spite or out of desperate need for approval. Pick one. I like to do container gardening where I kind of throw everything into a big plastic tub that has drainage holes at the bottom, throw in a handful of worms, and go for it! So currently I've got a very hearty, healthy box of flax, 2 pepper plants, a tomato plant. I think there are some strawberry plants in there, which are currently being buried under my chocolate mint, which is just going bonkers. And nasturtium, which has crowded itself into a corner, just hanging on by its fingernails because it's just that spiteful. Ooh, tomatoes, heck yeah. Tomatoes are like the world's easiest plant to clone. Anytime you like go to YouTube, there's going to be lots of stuff about how to grow tomatoes and whatnot. But if it starts throwing off little flowers for fruit early, you literally nip those off. You want your plant to actually put some effort into growing first. But also, if you happen to get something that has like a slightly larger knob that is bifurcated, snap that, including that bulbous part, snap that off and immediately bury it in damp soil that is decently well compacted, and bury it by at least that much down. You will have a new tomato plant in almost nothing flat. It happens. You have to be willing to lose a couple plants here and there, but like also you have to be willing to change their environment, change the amount of light they get in. And if you really, really, really want to help yourself out, get a moisture measuring device. They're usually not very expensive, and it's like 2 rods. Basically, you just slide it into the dirt, and it'll tell you if it's dry or if it's very wet. That can help save you a lot of guessing and so much easier, so much happier. You won't end up either drowning your plant or accidentally starving them out. Well, you know, I keep lobbing softballs at you, Mike, so. Yay. Certain wildflowers are only going to thrive in certain places. So there are some, if you get just a random pack of wildflowers, they might not be meant for your zone. And if you're throwing them out amongst native plants, sometimes those native plants do have the adaptations that are needed to actually keep the competition from being able to grow in. I try. I was having the same problem. I'm like, I swear to God, I'm watering everything. Why does it all keep dying? What's going on? Got that. And like I was expecting it to go moist, and instead it was like wet. I'm like, are you telling me that my box is so wet? There's so much moisture. And like, yeah, no, that's exactly what was happening. Is I had packed the layers of like the compost and whatnot in there so tight, compost, dirt, everything else. It was packed in there so tight that it wasn't actually letting the moisture fully drain through, which was causing rot and mold. I was like, oh, so I am overwatering because I was watering like every day. Like I'm not watering that much. I just make sure that I'm being consistent. And like most of the plants were like, yeah, we get that you're thirsty. Clearly, we're not nearly as much. We've got each other. So stop watering me so much. It's like, oh, okay. Well, very tight. Very, very tight. Because I tended to grow a couple boxes worth of sweet potatoes. I had, oh God, I had mint, cabbage, spinach, chives, a couple different ones with tomatoes, loofah. Yeah, no, I had a lot. I had a lot in my box. I had so much in my box. Like as many plants as I could possibly fit into that box, I made them work. Oh yes, oh my God, yes, I'm sorry. We can do that. One of these days I want to buy, like actually like grow a garden plant. Because honestly, I think that would be my magnum opus, is being able to keep one of those alive. Because keeping one of those alive apparently is an entire craft unto itself. And honestly, I want the challenge. This one? Yes. So this is flax. We've also got tea rose, jasmine, nasturtium, and chocolate mint. It's why I had such a hard time keeping plants just regularly alive. So when I started container gardening, oh my god, so much more successful. Big plastic tubs, fill it with dirt, throw in a bunch of random ass seeds for the most part, and let them fight it out. And as long as you're keeping stuff decently well watered as they grow in, and you're checking for pests and whatnot, let them go, let them do. And honestly, let a few of them like go to bolt or go to seed. Oh, this most of this house ain't mine, so the kitchen is what you get to see, and then like my room, which is why I so want to become financially very stable so I can get a place of my own so I can do house tours as I, get things redecorated and whatnot. Right? Container gardening is so much fun, and you can literally do it for super cheap. Me, sweet. I mean, I have a very customer service voice. Nobody knows. Okay, a few of you know my other side. Well, the happy style of my other side, but yeah, you know what I meant. I would do an apartment. I'm currently only renting a room. I would do an apartment if it had like a balcony or had an outdoor space so that I could have a container garden set up. Yeah. Yeah, certain places you do have to be very aware of what the weather is going to be like. And honestly, if I were to grow a garden plant, I would probably have to do an indoor version for that. Mostly because people can be wildly allergic to the pollen that it gives off, and sometimes also just the presence of them invites people to step over a boundary line. So an indoor grow in a miniature greenhouse would probably be the best go of that. But overall, if I were to have another apartment, I would definitely want to do a place that had like a balcony or an outdoor area so that I could, garden, putter around and whatnot. But yeah, I'd love to get container gardens set up and going again because so much fun. So much fun. Don't ask why I've just been shuffling for like the last 20 minutes. He keeps coming up. I'm not saying I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Bring him towards, by all means. Oh, they're out of town currently, which is why I'm actually here in the kitchen rather than in my room. And technically they're my landlords. But yeah. So we have got our lovely King of Pentacles coming up again. He is tenacious tonight. Honestly, if he'd like to show up anytime soon for me, like on my doorstep with a big ass check in hand, I'd be very okay with this. If you know the King of Pentacles, you know. So the King of Pentacles is Earth sign. He tends to be the master of the purse strings. He's he's calmer, he's quieter, he tends to be much more balanced. And he tends to... Do I still have a signal here? Oh. Hello. There we go. So, King of Pentacles. Earth sign tends to be very calm, a little bit more reserved. He's not Mr. Ostentatious, but he does tend to control the purse strings. And he likes spending on people who are his. I'm talking about this in a much more universe kind of way, not like a specific person per se. But yeah, this king doesn't seem to have a counterpart right now, and he's kind of looking for one. He's got his eyes out. He's seen some potential people that he might want to court. But he's playing a bit of a coy game right now. He's trying to get somebody's attention so that they make more direct contact with him and maybe start that kind of courting process. It feels much more like he's making sure people are ready for him rather than, you know, just springing success or springing big things on them. He is so calm. He is so quiet. So gentle. But yeah, there's a lot of coin. There's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of being well taken care of, not needing to stress over everything. All of the needs being met and quite a few of the wants as well. So hopefully for this entire collective, you are either the king or maybe the king is approaching you, because yeah. And again, I'm liking the masculine feel, but it's a very, very calm masculine. I like the fact that he is not aggro, because sometimes he'll show up and he's a little bit stoic, a little bit more assertive of his power, but this is a very gentle comes towards. I say yes. Oh, good sir. Do feel free to approach. I have no problem with him approaching, especially with good coin in hand and a very even kilter of spirit. Darling, I have to go. Mostly because I'm going to go over to my verified places and hang out there for a little bit. And then I've got a lot of cleanup to do tonight to make sure that this place is presentable, because I don't know when they're coming back tomorrow. So I want to make sure that everything is well and good. So that means I need to get a little dinner in me. I'll be on in about, I'll be on in about an hour at my verified place. And if you are a loyal fan, you will know where to go. If you need to, check Throne for the keys to the kingdom. So, thank you, my darlings. Goodbye. Have a lovely evening. I will see you. I won't be on tomorrow night because I'll be at a Black Munch. But I will be back on Wednesday. And if you need private reads, commissions, whatnot, just contact me in the appropriate places. Thank you, my darlings.